There are constant events taking place in our world. Why? Many are running to leaders to understand what's going on. What will be the future of their kids, grandkids, and loved ones? Thinking men say, there must be a change in our world or no one will be able to survive. Wars, disasters, starvation, sickness, poverty is claiming the lives of millions. Is this a setup? Who can be trusted? And who can we trust? I found an answer, and this answer been with us throughout the ages. The answers are found in the Bible. Welcome to Understanding Your Bible Prophecy Chronicles. Here is where you will find the answers.
Bring the beat in. Oh, yeah. Some things that brought shame today.
These 10 kingdoms are the same as the 10 toes of the image described in Daniel 2:41 through 44. So what happened? Barbaric tribes swept in upon the Roman Empire and carved out land niches for their people. 7 of these 10 tribes developed into the countries we see now. And what is that, y'all? Modern Western Europe, while 3 was uprooted and destroyed. The next section will discuss these kingdoms that was rooted up. And we're about to find out the AntiChrist. So, here are the barbaric heathen tribes that reigned at the Roman Empire. The Visigoths is now what?
Spain.
Right? Anglo-Saxons is now what? Anglo-Saxons is now what? England. The Franks is now what?
France.
Alemanni is now what? Burgundians is now what? Lombards are now what?
Italy.
Swabia is now what?
Portugal.
Heralize was rooted up. Ostrogoths was rooted up, and the Vandals were rooted up. So it's 7. Well, it's 10 and 7. Well, what happened to these last 3? It was rooted up. That was rooted up. First, it was 10. It was 10. It was 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It was 10 dramatic tribes that took down Rome. The Antichrist came up. In order for the Antichrist to rule the rest of these European states, it had to destroy these 3 right here. The Bible tells us who did it. Here's the horn right here. So you had the horn right here. In order for, the Bible said this horn had the eyes of a man, mouth as a man, face as a man. The rest of them didn't have faces. Did you know that?
Yes.
It was only this horn that came out had a face and all that stuff. The rest of them didn't have a face. So the rest of them was like political, but this was religious and political.
Yes.
Okay, y'all with me?
Yeah.
Little horn power. Okay? Now, turn to Daniel 7 and 8 and follow it. Daniel chapter 7, verse 8. Okay? The reason why I want y'all to see this, because this is what you want, whoever you teach, to pay close attention to. Why? Because this power is who's ruling the world. world right now. This power is the reason for all kind of corruption done in this world. Now with me? And I want you to understand this. I want you to remember this. It was 10 Germanic tribes that took down Iron Rome. Right? The Bible let us know that it was 10 divisions that took place when Rome fell in 476 AD. All 10 of them ruled this area, but 3 was rooted up by this horn. This horn came up among the 10 to establish its power. And it had to overthrow 3 of those horns, those established horns, in order to rule the world. The Bible said, I consider the horns. And behold, there came up among them another little horn, for whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking. Okay? Everybody understand about the Antichrist. Little horn power appears next. We must identify it carefully because God takes more space describing it than the other 4 kingdoms combined. Why? Because the biblical characteristics identify it as the Antichrist of prophecy and history. There must be no mistake in making this identification. So we're about to look at traits, identifications, in order to say who's the Antichrist power in our time. God gives us 9 characteristics of the Antichrist in Daniel 7, so we can be certain of his identity. And even though some may find these truths from God's words painful, we must be honest enough to accept them as he reveals it to us. Let's discover what Jesus' 9 points are. Don't forget, all these identifications points come directly from the what? They are not some human opinion or speculations. Historians could tell you quickly what power is being described. These points can fit only one power. The what?
Papacy.
The papacy. But in order to be certain, let us carefully examine all 9 points one by one. There must be no room left for doubt. Does the papacy fit these points? Okay, who's the papacy?
Rome.
Who's the papacy?
Oh,
Yeah,
religious mom.
It is religious Rome, the Catholic Church.
Yes.
Okay? Watch this. I'm going to show you how the Antichrist system points to the Roman Catholic Church. Okay? The Antichrist is the papacy. Number 1, it came up among what? Of Western Europe. Okay? And the location, the geographical location of the papal power was in Rome, Italy, the very heart of the territory of the Western Europe. Okay? Pay close attention. It would have a man at the head of it who speaks for it.
Yep.
Okay, number 1, it came up among the 10 kingdoms. Rome did that. The Roman Catholic Church came up among the 10 over there in Western Europe.
Yep.
Number 2, remember it said it had eyes of a man,
Yep.
and face of a man, a mouth speaking great words. That means it had a man, a spokesman at the head of it. Right? It would have a man at the head of it who speaks for it. The papacy meets this identifying mark because it does have what? One man at the head, the Pope, who speaks for it. Okay? Like the papacy, 3 nations were plucked out. Okay? It will pluck up or uproot 3 kingdoms. The empires of Western Europe was largely what? Catholic. Now watch this. and supported the papacy in its growth in authority. The three Arian kingdoms, right, which was the Vandals, the Ostrogoths, and the Heruli, they wasn't Catholic. They was Arian nations.
Yeah.
The Roman Catholic commanded the other 7 kingdoms to destroy them. It's a historical fact that they took those 3 out of here. They don't even have a nation. The Arian kingdoms, however, did not support the papacy. Vandals, the Heruli, the Ostrogoths. So the Catholic emperors decided they must be subdued or destroyed. Here is how Dr. Marvin Maxwell, a theologian and historian, described the result in volume 1, page 129 of his book, God Cares. The Catholic Empire, Zeno, 474 through 491, arranged a treaty with the Ostrogoths in 487, which resulted in the eradication of the kingdom of the Arian Heruli in 493. And the Catholic Emperor Justinian, 527 through 565, exterminated the Arian Vandals in the year 534. And significantly broke the power of the Arian Ostrogoths in 538. Thus were Daniel's 3 horns, the Heruli, the Vandals, and the Ostrogoths plucked up by the roots. It's not difficult to recognize that the papacy fits this point. So number one, what you guys understand is that this Antichrist power will come up among 10 and uproot the 3. What else? Watch this. What else did the Roman Catholic Church do in this world? It would make war and persecute the saints. So if you can see this horn coming up, it had to destroy 3. So we know that the Roman Catholic Church came up among Western Europe and they commanded these other horns to destroy these kingdoms by the what? By the root. If you look over there, the Ostrogoths, the Vandals, none of them, they don't have a nation today. Right? And then this horn will speak great words. They say it gave a great mouth, right? It will war against God's people. How many